Hey guys, welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm your host, Jessa Jeremiah. We have an awesome show for you. We've got Walgreens here talking to us about some great health tips, and Mercy Health is here as well. We're going to start by talking about acupuncture. We've got Beijing Acupuncture here. This is Leaf Song, and we are so pleased to have you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we are just pleased to have you. I'm actually very excited to learn more about acupuncture. This is a topic I don't know a lot about, but I'm very interested. So just give us some kind of basics. Give me some basics, because I need to know, what is acupuncture? What is the purpose of it? And then talk to us a little bit about Chinese medicine.
Okay, see, Chinese medicine is composed of two parts, acupuncture and Chinese herbal medicine.
Okay.
And it has been in use for over 2,000 years.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and it is a complete holistic medical system.
Wow.
So yeah, just like the Western medical system, they have their own specific medical system.
Right.
Chinese medicine views the disease in different way than the Western medicine does. Yeah.
So yes, it definitely is different in how we work with illnesses and diagnose illnesses and all that kind of stuff, as you mentioned. How does acupuncture diagnose illness?
Yeah. So for example, like a migraine headache, and the Western doctors mainly they give the pain pills to release the pain, headache. But we as Chinese medicine, usually we look for more at what could be what causes. For example, we may think a migraine related liver stress, kidney weakness, or in the body heat, or the blood stagnation. So usually that's why we kind of use the acupoints or Chinese herbal remedy to release the liver stress, soothe your qi blood flow, and tonify your organ energy to release the headache.
So more of a holistic approach, trying to find out what's going on in the body as a whole and releasing that pressure or that stress. And that's kind of maybe how acupuncture works, right?
Yeah, you're very right.
How does it work, and how does it make you feel?
Yeah, you're very right. We think all the problems are caused by the energy blocked. So we use acupuncture, insert the needle to the acupoints to open up the blocked energy and revive the qi and the blood flow. And also some points is also for strengthening organ energy. So that is more natural healing, and pretty much just stimulating your body healing energy.
So it's all about getting that energy flowing properly and releasing any blockages that your body is having and difficulty healing itself and moving forward. You mentioned the needles, so that's maybe something that might be holding people back from trying acupuncture. Talk to us about, does it hurt? Is it painful? How deep do they go? Things like that.
Yeah, that is very common questions. Actually, we usually usually use is very thin, like a hair thin size. So people usually most of the people does not feel anything at all. Sometimes you may feel a little tingling, numbness, but very gentle. We have a videotape on website and show a little 2 years old baby girl was taking acupuncture. So it's very fine. She's fine, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, usually after little sensation when we have the needle setting there, patients usually feel very deep relaxing, and a lot of them even fall asleep there.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting to know.
Yeah, they
and
all say
comforting.
it's very deep relaxing they feel.
Well, that's really nice, helping them move forward and just a different non-Western traditional way of dealing with pain points or things that might be bothering your body in a holistic manner, getting that energy flowing.
Exactly.
We're almost out of time, so I want to just make sure for folks at home who are watching, if you want to try Beijing Acupuncture, what's the best way to get in touch with you? Should they check out your
you can
website?
check a website, or you can call us 608-238-3333.
Sounds good. And I know you're in Middleton. Do you have another location as well?
Yeah, we have another location in the Sun Prairie.
Okay, so Middleton and Sun Prairie, Beijing Acupuncture. You can come see Leaf, and they'll get you taken care of. Well, thank you very much for joining us. Greatly appreciate having you today. And you guys stay right there. We've got Walgreens coming up right after the break. Stick around. Hey guys, welcome back to Talk of the Town. We have joining us now Zach Lewick, who joins us from Walgreens, the managing pharmacist. So we are very excited to pick your brain. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me here.
Yeah, we're very pleased to have you. And I can't believe it's already, flu season is around the corner already.
Yes.
Our summers are just too short.
It really is, yes. So.
But give us some pointers. So, you know, folks watching at home who, I know a lot of people get the flu shot. A lot of people skip it. There's all kinds of varying sort of reasons to get it or not get it. But what are the reasons that we want to get the flu shot?
Well, first and foremost, the flu is terrible. You get fever, body aches, cough that lasts several days to a week. If you ever had the flu, you're going to get the flu shot every single year. And for those of you who are tough and feel as though you're not going to get the flu or whatnot, don't do it for yourself, but do it for your grandparents or your children in your life, because it's as terrible as it is for you, it's even worse for them.
Yeah, and there's been a couple of years, I shouldn't admit this, but I'll admit it. There's been a couple of years where I've decided to skip the flu shot, and I'm always mad at myself because when you get the flu, you're out for what seems like forever, and it's so uncomfortable. So yes, we can get the flu shot right there at Walgreens, which is great. And you guys offer some other immunizations too. So for folks watching at home, what else is there offered right there at Walgreens for immunizations?
Well, for viewers here who have kids, a lot of school districts require or want you to get the tetanus vaccine and also meningitis and also the chickenpox vaccine.
Okay.
If you have kids going off to school, the meningitis vaccine as well, if you'll be staying in the dorms. And for anyone turning 65, 60, the shingles vaccine and also pneumonia vaccine is very important for them as well.
Okay, so all kinds of things that are important for folks with school-age children, where they have their things that they need to get by certain dates. So that's really important to know that those are all offered right there.
Absolutely.
Now let's talk a little bit about travel.
Yes.
So I'm going to be traveling actually coming up.
Excellent.
Going overseas. Now I have no idea what kinds of, are there immunizations that you need to get, or, does it matter where you're going, or, talk to us a little bit about that as far as travel is concerned.
Absolutely. So if you're planning a trip, say going to China, or if you just came back from the World Cup in Brazil or whatever, you find out there's a lot of diseases that are other places in the world that don't affect us here in the United States. Things that you've probably heard of, like malaria, hepatitis, the things you probably never heard of, like Japanese encephalitis and yellow fever. Lots of different diseases that are going out there, and fortunately for us, a lot of those are preventable with vaccines.
Okay.
So,
now, you mentioned a couple, to your point, that I've heard of, and then a couple that I'm like, I have no idea what this is. How do I get information on this? How am I supposed to know what immunizations to get? Is there a resource for that?
Absolutely. Well, we have a really cool service that we just started about a year ago, where you can come in with select Walgreens locations, mainly one of our location on campus here.
Okay.
You can come in, we can go over the medication or where you're going to, where you're going to be staying, what your planned activities are, and we can sit down and go over, make recommendations as far as the immunizations you can get.
Great.
We can also go into how to prevent yourself or protect yourself from mosquito bites. A lot of these diseases are carried by mosquitoes.
Yeah.
And also food and water precautions too, because not safe food and water can certainly lead to these infections as well. So.
Okay, well that's really, honestly comforting to know that we can come in and actually basically have a consultation, and you'll tailor what we need to our specific travel plans or what have you. So I know this is something I need personally, but guys watching at home, do we need to schedule that? How do we go about getting a consultation like that?
Yeah, so for the consultations, first you need to locate one of our designated centers. You can do that at walgreens.com, or just give me a call, because I can certainly do that for you. Just have a questionnaire for you to fill out, just details about what you're doing and all the other stuff. And we'll just schedule an appointment, and we'll come in and we'll make our recommendations, and then we'll help you leave and have a nice, safe trip.
All right, very good. And for folks who are a little bit more on top of it than myself, and they already know what vaccines they need, what if they already know what immunizations rather that they're looking for or vaccines?
So if you want to go ahead and do the research yourself, you certainly can. There's plenty of resources that you can go to and whatnot to look into this. So if you come to me with the list of things that you want to get done, just come on in, we can take care of that for you as well.
Excellent. So all kinds of great things that you guys offer over there. So if you've got school-age kids, if you're planning on traveling, if you are trying to avoid the flu, that should be everyone, hint, hint.
Absolutely.
You can go check out Zach at the pharmacy. You guys are on the campus location.
Yes,
so
that's correct. So
very good. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We always appreciate getting that excellent health news, so much appreciated.
Absolutely.
And that's it for Zach and Walgreens. We've got more Talk of the Town coming up right after this, guys, so stick around, please. Hey, welcome back to Talk of the Town. We have a very special guest joining us. The owner of Green Earth is here, and I'm very pleased to have Nikki. So thank you so much for joining us, Nikki.
Thank you for having me.
Very pleased to have you. So I stumbled upon Green Earth as I went into your store one day, not really knowing what it was, wanted to check it out. And I was just so impressed with what a gorgeous store you have, what a friendly staff. The store smelled amazing, and just an overall really cool place. So I wanted to have you here today to kind of tell viewers at home who might not be familiar with Green Earth, you know, just what you guys do. What is it all about?
Oh, well, we are a small health food store. We sell mostly supplements. We have some food items as well, but our specialty is trying to advise people on how to use the supplements and not just to sell them.
That's what I think is so cool about your store is you sell the products, yes, and you have some very appealing and nice and natural products that are great for folks, you know, at home for a variety of different reasons, but that you really specialize. And I noticed that right out of the gate walking in is you have a very friendly staff that's very knowledgeable and helpful. So talk to us a little bit more about how they go about, you know, really helping customers as they come in the door, and what it is that they do to, you know, kind of figure out what it is that they might be looking for.
Well, the people working at the store do have some background in the field, so they have a working basis, and then we have a lot of different research materials that sometimes we'll spend quite a bit of time with one person looking up information. And then sometimes the advice we might give is not to use anything. So we try to really work with people as far as what they really need. And sometimes just more exercise or nutrition is basically the cornerstone of health, so sometimes we just try to advise people that way rather than taking a supplement.
Yeah. And that's what I think is so nice. And like I said, I noticed that right away walking in the doors over at Green Earth is that you can tell that the people, I said this to you before we started, that the people you have working for you enjoy what they do and are genuinely trying to help, which is really, really nice when you go and you're not sure what it is that you're looking for. And to have somebody that's available to help you do some of that research, and not just to sell a product necessarily, because to your point, if the answer is not in a product, they're gonna tell you that too. Right. So I think, you know, that's really important for consumers to have an outlet like that to go and get genuine advice about natural health products. So that's why we come to the Green Earth. So that's a really nice thing that you guys provide. Now I want to talk to you a little bit about, you know, there's so much information out there coming from the internet, coming from TV programs, all this health news and the latest and the greatest and the hottest product that'll help with this, that, and the other.
Oh, absolutely.
There's so much information.
Right.
What can you guys do to help us sort of filter all this information coming from all these different sources and tell us really what's legit and what, you know, not to pay attention to?
Well, we do research on all the things that come up, and it is hard to keep up with it because it's constantly changing, basically from day to day. So, but we only carry the products that seem to be well tested and well researched, and just advise people not to use some of the other things that are out there.
Absolutely. And we appreciate you guys helping kind of filter all that information because there is so much. But I know that you guys also offer some health classes too.
We
So
do,
talk to us a little bit about the classes that are offered.
Okay, well, twice a year we have a series of classes, 6 weeks at a time, and they're just on a variety of health-related topics, from aromatherapy to, well, we had a shaman come in, massage, we had a pet massage therapist, just a real variety of things. Yeah.
Very good. And we're running kind of close on time, but you mentioned that you even had a pet massage therapist. So I want to ask the question, since you brought it up, is Green Earth pet friendly? Can we bring our pets in? And is there products there that are available for pets? Or talk to me about that.
Right. My dog is there with me every day, and she's a wonderful companion. And some folks come in just to see her, actually. So it's very pet friendly.
Absolutely. You've got your mascot, Ari, is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So we can come there and get lots of great advice from your wonderful staff, and we can also see Ari. So thank you so much for joining us from the Green Earth. Nikki, we greatly appreciate all the great information. We'll look forward to checking out some of those upcoming health classes. And hey guys, you guys stay right there. We've got more Talk of the Town coming up right after this. All right, guys, welcome back to Talk of the Town. As promised, we have Mercy joining us. We actually have Dr. Christopher Wistrom, who joins us from Mercy, and we want to talk to you about some of the exciting things that are happening in the EMS realm. So I know we've got lots of questions for you. But
absolutely, there's a lot of great stuff going on. Thanks for having us on here, Jess. I really
so
appreciate
pleased.
it.
Yeah, we're pleased to talk to you. So tell folks at home, what it is. You serve some very important roles in the EMS world, so talk to us about that.
I do. I'm the Associate EMS Medical Director for Mercy Health Systems. We're 68 facilities across southern Wisconsin and northern Illinois. We have about 22 pre-hospital services that myself and 3 other guys look after. We're the medical directors. We're their online medical control. We also administrate over the paramedic training facility and the EMS training facility, both in Rock and Walworth County. We're sort of the liaisons between the guys that are out pounding the pavement and the 4th floor and everywhere in between, the 4th floor being administration. The most exciting thing, I think, is that in Rock County we have a pre-hospital physician response vehicle, which we use a lot.
Okay.
We've had 36,000 miles on our vehicle in the last 18 months.
No, you haven't.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
We've had probably about 400 to 500 calls to service.
Wow.
And it's not your run-of-the-mill chest pain. It's not a splinter or a hangnail. These are people that really need a doctor at their side right now. So we don't mess around with EMS in Rock County. We're out on the cutting edge. We're doing everything aggressively, thoroughly, well, very QA'd, quality assured. And having that vehicle in the road also gives us that opportunity to see what's going on in the streets.
Absolutely.
Feel the pulse and see what's happening in Beloit or Janesville or Evansville or Darien or Bloomfield, Genoa. It's been a real great opportunity for me. I grew up as a paramedic firefighter in southwest Iowa.
Did you?
And always wanted to get back there, just never thought I would make it all the way back there.
Yeah.
So it's so much fun.
Very good. Now, this vehicle that you talk about, is this the new emergency vehicle, the Chevy Tahoe?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So we have 2 of them now.
Okay.
There's one in Rock County that's been in service for 18 months, and it served Rock and parts of Walworth County. We've been into Dane and Greene County and Jefferson and down into Illinois a little bit. It's been so successful that we actually put a second truck on the road.
Okay.
Also staffed with 2 other EMS physicians, primarily based in Walworth County, to support our crews out there. They went into service about a week ago, and they've already been busy.
Wow, that's really interesting. And you're, I'm sure, responding to all kinds of different things. You mentioned it gives you the ability to just get out and see what's going on. But what kinds of emergencies do you think you're responding to most prevalently?
Boy, use your imagination.
I'm not sure I want to, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure everything.
Car
under the
accidents
sun.
probably one of the biggest ones. The trauma has been a really big asset to have.
Yeah.
We did in the beginning a lot of cardiac arrest. We also did in the beginning a lot of stroke and chest pain type calls to get acquainted with everybody. Having the vehicle is a great training ground for new equipment and new ideas. So it's offered us the opportunity to institute Lucas, the mechanical CPR devices that are now in every ALS truck in Rock County.
Very good.
We also just recently distributed 7 out to our squads in Walworth County. It's incredible technology. It is much, much safer than trying to do CPR in the back of a moving ambulance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is absolutely a horrible place to be because it's a high risk for our providers. It's also given us the training grounds to institute video intubation equipment. So what was held exclusively in the operating room by anesthesia just a few years ago is now all the way down to our ambulances in the streets.
Wow.
Much safer, a lot easier to do quality assurance on, a lot better, higher quality patient care.
Very good. Well, we're glad to hear that you have all these new advancements and things that are available for folks who are in need of your services, which unfortunately there is a great need out there. Talk to us about some other advancements. We're got to kind of wrap up, but anything else that you guys are doing that's kind of new at Mercy that you want to make sure and talk to our viewers about?
Well, we just finished our protocol revision for 2014, so for our local hospitals there will be some changes. We try to keep up to date on the latest literature as far as what will improve patient outcomes and improve patient care. So we're instituting a few new developments in the CCR or CPR as it was previously known. We're also largely doing away with backboards.
Interesting.
Yeah, actually the studies show that they're more harm than benefit in most circumstances. So we're going to get rid of a lot of those through the county. Well, we're doing a lot of exciting things.
Yeah, we could probably talk to you all day. So
I could absolutely talk to you all day.
We're going to have you back because very interesting stuff, and we really appreciate hearing all the new advancements and things that are going on over at Mercy. So thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Greatly appreciated. That is Dr. Wistrom at Mercy and all the great news from EMS world. And hey, that's it for us for Talk of the Town, guys. Please join us next time. Thanks so much.